Okay, so Justin, founder of Bar Agency, partner of yours in Bar Coaching. He's
Yep.
also got Shiloh going on. They've got their e-commerce product too. Lots of exciting stuff going on in the bar world.
Yep.
And um, man, one of my favorite parts of that conversation was him talking about the value of mentorship and feeling like that was one of the things that had differentiated his journey and made it so rich and had helped him along so far was just an abundance of mentors. So
Mm.
give me some insight and some thoughts on mentorship and why mentorship is so important for entrepreneurs, founders, and leaders.
Yeah. I mean, Justin said it well. And Justin has surrounded himself with great people. It's a gift. He is a people person. Like we go to conferences, we've gone to a couple conferences together in the real estate sphere. And I mean, that dude is like, I don't even know where he is half the time. He's like networking. He's out there. He's up late at night. I'm going to bed. He's still connecting. He's doing his thing, which is great. Um, I don't know, man. The idea for some reason in my head oftentimes is like, hey, okay, if I'm gonna have this business, I just gotta have it kind of all figured out, right? Like Zuckerberg probably had it all figured out, or um, Elon had it all figured out. But truthfully, I think most of the most successful people, Justin being a very successful person, know the value of finding somebody like a mentor, like somebody who's been there before, done it, and can go, hey, like, here's the thing. I've climbed this mountain before, and you can try and take that path that you want to take. But let me help you get the right gear at least before you go. Let me give you some intel on the mountain and the trail. Like, I can't climb it for you. Um, but if it took me 10 years to climb the mountain, you might be able to do it in two, and really take that to heart. So I think there's different levels, right? There's like a mentor. Hey, I meet with you, kind of give some insight. I've been there before, all those kind of things. There's like a coach, like you and I are doing, right? Hey, we're going to get in. We're going to work on some of the fundamentals. Maybe really challenge and push some of your thinking. And then there's just your in general community, like people that are there to challenge and encourage you and all those kind of things. I think it's multifaceted. I think that all of those things are really important. I also think, those mentors, and Justin, I think, talked about this, is good to kind of, what was the analogy? I think you put it in there, like bumpers, like you're bowling. Hey, I don't want you to get too far one way or the other, right? So they can kind of bring you back. I think most things are like a pendulum. I think you see this in society all the time. We make a choice, and maybe that choice was good for a season, but we decide it's not good anymore, or we want to move away from it. And the typical reaction is actually to go all the way away from it. But that's pretty much doing the same thing, just on the other side. I think it's great to have somebody to offer some checks and balances and go, okay, again, is that a $90 reaction to a $10 problem? Like, are you just making something kind of out of nothing? B, if it is a problem, are you correcting it, the right way? Is that too much? Are you leveraging up too much? Because if we swing all the way to the other side, that's not super helpful either. So, um, yeah, man, I can't underestimate the value of people. And I don't know too many people who have made it to where they are without mentors and people to help them get there along the way.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no man is an island. Everybody needs a Sherpa. And it was interesting, speaking of Worcester a minute ago, one of the things Justin mentioned was this idea of like living in avalanche territory.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Yeah,
insight,
that cat lives there for sure.
yeah, like it's not a matter of sort of like, oh, when you get into avalanche territory, it's like, no, you are the avalanche. Like you are the avalanche. And if I remember correctly, it was like it was Wooster saying, "Hey, I'm not trying to, as a mentor to you, as a counselor, as a coach to you, I'm not trying to get you out of avalanche territory. I'm trying to help you survive it
Right.
because we can't change that about who you are as a person. You're about your nature."
Yeah. Well, and it's exactly accurate. Now, listen, not everybody's going to live in avalanche territory. That is a Justin Benson move. If you're an Enneagram person, he's a 7, right? So adventure. There's something that excites him about living there. And So to Wooster's point, I think Wooster's very good at helping people go, okay, this is the general direction of me as a person. And rather than change that, let's accept that. And then let's show you not just how to survive, but maybe even thrive there. Because the truth is, you can get swept up by the avalanche, or you can learn to survive it. You can also probably even learn how to grab your snowboard and kind of ride that thing out, right? And actually use that as fuel. I think that those are a lot of your different options. So, the important thing there, too, I think to think about is like, okay, who am I? Where does my energy, like where does that really come from, and then how do we make that sustainable? Don helped make that more sustainable for Justin, and then when Justin is actually living in avalanche territory, I think it gives him that, you know, adrenaline push to keep going. It excites him, it brings him to life. So I did think that that was really good, and he's gotten very good at, you know, figuring that out.
Yeah. He talked a lot about his journey to self-awareness and how difficult it had been for him, but ultimately that he had discovered who he was and what his unique value
Hmm.
was,
Hmm.
and that because of that, he then learned a little bit the hard way again, how to delegate to people who have other strengths and how
Yeah,
to kinda move his weaknesses off of his plate and surround himself with the right people.
sure. Yeah. I mean, the question, and I think he would agree with this, is like, do you need to be the guy, or are you okay surrounding yourself with the guys and gals that are going to be the strength? Like, and here's the deal. I think everyone, I don't know too many people that in 2024, I think it's 2024, would not say that, would not say, yeah, I need to surround myself with people.